What's up, guys? Today's video is gonna be about, is it better to gain the earth or to lose your soul, and what that may mean and what that looks like. Alright, so first off, this is something that Jesus tells us, and if you don't know what it means essentially, is it better to gain everything you've ever wanted, to have the whole earth, right? Money, power, love, control, yeah, whatever it is it better to have all that, to lose your soul? And so that's pretty much what this video is about. Which is worse? Would you rather have everything you've ever wanted, or would you rather lose everything, or would you rather lose who you are and your soul? So this is something that, I mean, most normal people may not really struggle with. I mean, how many people have been offered, you know, everything in the world versus, you know, selling their soul? It's kind of a weird thing. But there's a lot of things and ways that we maybe do it in our own personal lives that you got to think of. It's when you're living your daily life and you're just going about things. I mean, are you selling your soul for stuff? When you are at your work or something and your job tells you to do something that's like, go be a part of a pride parade, you know, go be a part of one of those. What does the Bible say about that stuff? Obviously it says to love all those people, and there's, you know, we should care about them and hope they find Jesus and make their way to heaven to be with us, because their sin of being gay is just like a normal person's sexual immorality with sleeping with heterosexually with other people you're not supposed to. It's really not, it's just a sin. So first off, be kind to those people, and I'm not hating on them, but I'm just saying, if your boss says, hey, well, or your school says, we'll give you a bunch of extra credit, but you have to go to one of these things, and it's against, you know, your religion, your beliefs to do that, should you go do it? You know, is it worth that? Like, if it was your teacher or something, I don't know, I'm just trying to give you some weird example, but it's like, is it worth getting whatever you may get out of it to go break some moral thing? You know, if you go to sleep at night and a devil, Satan himself, comes to you and says, hey, I'll make you win the lottery tomorrow, but you have to give your soul to me, is it worth it? Absolutely not. You know, your life on earth is 100 years or so. Let's just say you live 100 years, which is not even realistic. You'll probably live like 80, if you're lucky 90. Very, very few people probably live over 100. So you get all this money, you buy everything you want, but eventually everyone gets bored. You know, everyone just, people with money say, there's always more to want. You know what I'm saying? There's always more. Once you buy that house, you'll find a bigger house on a better beach location or something, and then you'll want that one too. And there's always more to be wanted. And so it's a really good idea to just remember that you're never going to be satisfied, right? And so you could have everything on earth, but your soul is more valuable. And they always say this thing that drove me nuts, that's like, if you knew you were going to die tomorrow, but you could have $1 trillion today, would you do it? 99% of people are saying, oh no, and then they'll say, well, then tomorrow's worth $1 trillion. Live every day like that. And it's annoying, but they're proving a point, and hopefully you guys can see that point. And it's just that your life, who you are, is worth so much. People always say the Hollywood movie stars sell out their soul. You know, when you start following Jesus and you love Jesus and you're giving your life to him, and he fully brings you in, sometimes you can say, Jesus, help me be aware of all the evil in this world, to look out for it, so I don't partake in it, so I don't make any of these mistakes. And everyone always talks about Hollywood, how there's all this evil in Hollywood, and how people just out there sell their souls to become rich. Same thing with politicians probably. And it's like, you watch Hollywood movies and you look at all these child stars from Nickelodeon and Disney, and you watch how they all eventually seem to come out that they've been molested or some bad things have happened to them or whatever else. And it's like, man, all of these kids probably looked up to like these people, and then you look at their lives and you say, man, I would take my life over theirs. I don't want to be molested as a kid just to be on a TV show. And same thing with like Hollywood stars. Think of all the Hollywood stars that in some way do things that's just, maybe, you know, maybe they believe in God, maybe they don't, but I don't know. You see them, you see the evil in it. I watched Gilmore Girls, right? I'm watching Gilmore Girls, and just every once in a while they make a poke and a prod at, you know, Christianity and Jesus, and then I forget what it is, from before she was gonna marry the Max guy. They're in a drag show. Why are, like, that doesn't even like really fit. I mean, whatever, just show them at a bar, show them at a strip club or something. I mean, like, who knows? It's just, they show them at a drag show. They always just, it's little dots of evil spread within it. And maybe that stuff's not bad to you, but maybe it's the language, or maybe it's how they show that she's constantly sleeping around with all these different guys on the show, and then some of these young kids or young girls watch it and they think it's normal to just get engaged to people and then send them a text that you're not going to marry them, and then run away and then go on a road trip and do all these things. And it's just like, that's not okay, that's not good, and that's not normal. Or maybe you shouldn't be sleeping with tons of men, all kinds of stuff. Maybe you should just live your life and be free and do what God says and be happy. You know, it's not, following God is not an upsetting thing. It's not fun, you know, not getting to sleep with unlimited women, but it's also, or men as like her, but it's also protects you from a lot of bad things that happen in your life that you want protection from. And so I don't know, I'm just saying, it's just Hollywood people, a lot of them, look at how they age, you know, look at how they look normal and nice when they're young, and then you look at these pictures as they age and they look insane, they look crazy. Look at the people from Friends, like some of them look insane now, they look crazy looking. Some of them are dead from drug overdoses and all this stuff. And it's like, the more money, more problems, right? When you get all that stuff, it's not always everything you ever thought of. You say, oh, I'd be different, I'm not ever going to touch the drugs or become an alcoholic or this or that, or whatever excuse you're going to make, never going to get into gambling. It happens to all these people, it can happen to you too. And it's much better just live a quiet life, live your life inside of Jesus's plans and inside his will, and you'll be protected. A big part of the video is just being satisfied with where you are. You know, you don't have to have more, you don't have to have that special car, you don't have to have a brand new KTM 690. When I was gonna buy this, I thought I needed a brand new one, and then I ended up getting this one for like $9,000 with all these extra mods, a recluse clutch on it, auto clutch, which is like neat, but it's not, I don't think it's necessary. But I don't know, it's like, I'm happy with what I have. I'm very happy with this motorcycle. I'm happy with where I am in life. You know, things are good and it's okay. Would I be any happier with a brand new motorcycle? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, whatever. It's just, be happy with what you have, be happy with where you are. Don't sell yourself out just for money. I mean, your life is worth so much. I mean, it's worth everything. Jesus came here and paid with, your God, the living God, paid with his own life for yours. He suffered that so he could buy your life and save you. Why would you give it or sell it for money or for wrong things, for promotion, for whatever, to become famous? Maybe you're like a Hollywood person, you sell your soul to become famous, and you seems good for a time, but that evil, man, it catches you. It's like a snake. It just sneaks out of nowhere and bites you, and then you're screwed. And once it happens, I mean, it happens. Not to say that God can't come in and rescue you and save you, but don't put yourself in the position that has to happen, that you require that. If you just listen to God in the first place, you're saving yourself from that ever happening to you. You know, TV people, movie people, politicians, a lot of them, look at like where they get their money or what happens to them, and look at like who they were. Maybe the best people to go into politicians, and you go into politics and you try to do what's right and do the good thing, and then suddenly someone undigs something from your past and they make you do something that you don't really want to do, or support something you don't want to do, or they trick you, you know, into sleeping with the Russian hooker, and then suddenly now they hold this over your head and you won't win re-election, and it's like, would you rather us let this out, or would you rather just vote yes for something? You know, the politicians we have in our country, so many of them, in my opinion, both sides have sold their souls, and they, you know, they character destroy and they cancel and anything and everything under the sun to get rid of those who just shine the light on the darkness. You know, there's so much darkness out there that it's not hard to shine a light on. It's so easy to uncover and all this. Why don't people do it? Because look what happens to people that do. They destroy them and they get them out, and so all these people just sell themselves out into the evil that, and it hurts so many people and pushes people down, oppresses and all this. They push untrue things, and they're doing it, you know, to keep a monetary thing or to keep their job. And is that worth your soul? You know, is your job worth your soul? Is your money worth your soul? Is a new car worth it? Is being famous worth it? I mean, it's not worth it. If I had to work at McDonald's or Subway the rest of my life and had 2 jobs, and I had a good wife and kids, and I was somehow able to support them, not to say that you could, but you know what I'm saying, like you were able to just survive on that, or even maybe you struggled but you always did the right thing, that's, God tells you you have your reward waiting for you, just as those who do the wrong thing and sell themselves out to the wrong thing will have their reward for them. You know, if maybe you become a movie star, you get rich or something, don't step on the backs of others to do it. Do it the right way, and then don't become a bad person doing it. Don't change yourself when you do it. A lot of guys and girls get girlfriends that they've always wanted. They get this real good girlfriend, and then they just say like, to hell with all my friends, and now they do all this weird stuff, and they get weird with their girlfriends, and they start having their silly nicknames and all this stuff. But then they break up, and then none of their friends want to be their friends anymore, because they toss them aside the second they don't need them anymore. I mean, that's not right. You should remember, keep yourself rooted, I guess. Remember who you are. Remember that God's in control. No matter what happens, God's in control. They always say if Satan could kill God, he would have done it a long time ago, and he didn't. So God's still up there. God's still all in control. God created that guy, and he can kill him just like he can kill us or get rid of us or whatever else. So put your faith in God. Remember that. Remember, God's in control no matter what happens. Don't think you can escape that, because you can't. I mean, you don't want to be, what a fearful thing it is to fall into the hands of a living God. The living God, as the Bible, I believe, says. I mean, that would be terrifying. I do not want to turn around and realize I'm on the wrong side of God, who is the all-eternal, all-powerful being in control of everything under the sun, and that we can and can't see, and you're willing to give it away for some money, for some fame, for some power. Like, what the heck? It's not worth it. Not to say, this is something that I haven't really struggled with. I've always, a little bit of pride here, keep myself in check, but it's like, I feel like I've never given in for money or for whatever else. I feel like I haven't got to where I am by stepping on the backs of others and hurting them. You know, I'm sure I've committed a sin along the way and all, but I tried my best in every way I could be kind to others, even at my job now. As an airline pilot, I try to be kind to those below me, and I try to be kind to the other person I'm flying with, or the flight attendants. Remember when I got to dinner with the flight attendants, maybe they make a third of what I do that month or something. If I pay for their ice cream on dessert or something, you know, I'm just, remember, if you were them, how you'd want to be treated. Treat others how you want to be treated. If you're struggling to pay your rent, and all these people you're at work with are going to get ice cream, you're like, oh, I can't afford it, and someone just pays for you. Now you get to actually enjoy it. The stress is gone. You know, the ice cream might be crap, but the fact that that stress is gone, you know, really help someone out when you can. I don't know, I always say these stupid examples, they get old to me even, but yeah, don't give away anything. There's an airplane taking off right in front of us. I don't know if you can see it. Well, 150, maybe 172, I can't tell. But just remember, nothing is worth losing your relationship with God. God is just worth everything that there is. He's so good. You know, the unimaginable how good heaven is versus whatever horrors there are on this earth. It's that God is just too good and he's too awesome, and you should never give that away. You should always keep it, you know, even if it hurts you, even if you have to lose a job, even if at your job interview they say, like, do you think being gay is wrong? And you're a Christian, and you say, well, I think it's a sin, but I am a sinner, and so is everyone else. We're all sinners, you know. Talk about that. Say whatever you can, but don't sell yourself out. Don't sell God out for a monetary or fame or anything else. There's nothing worth giving up on God. Some aeroplanes. That's it for today. You know, trust God, believe in him. Don't give up on him, because he never gave up on you, and so he didn't sell you out for money or anything else. Don't sell him out the same way. Remember, put Jesus first above all things, even when it's to your detriment. Because God did the same thing to you. He suffered and he didn't have to. He did that for you, so you can suffer a little for him as well. And it'll be just fine. Better to stay in God's protection than to be outside of it. That's it for today's video. I don't know if I even really talked about the topic much, but yeah. That's it. See you guys.